So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history. I made the best salad ever, people, and now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesar rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing!
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call, text, or chat 1-888-532-3500. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
Yay Networks.
To be honest, is the pod going on? To be honest, sit down, we need to have a talk. Cornelius gon' make a point that the others don't. Them other shows sound the same, come escape the box. Expand your mind, dig into no controversial topics. He ain't scared to keep it real. Tune into this podcast, but don't be in your feelings. We gon' have a laugh, we gon' talk about some pain. Let's talk about the present situation of today. To be honest, is this a podcast? I need to tune in right now.
Yo, what's up, y'all? To be honest, this is your boy Cornelius Lindsay, and I am solo today, but that don't mean that we still gonna get this party started, gonna keep it going. And the reason why I am solo is because I want to present to y'all something that I think is so important for me, for my life, and like how I move, how I have been thriving lately. I don't know if you know it, but so I was looking at this report that came out from the CDC, and it said that in this report, this new report that just come out, that it was 70. I'm gonna get the accurate numbers for you. So I want to make sure I give this right. The news article stated that 70. Here it is right here. CDC study finds 78% of COVID-19 hospitalizations were people overweight or obese. Now, listen, I ain't trying to make this about COVID. I ain't trying to make this about Corona. But what I am trying to make this about is about our health. Now, we all know we're in a very real pandemic, a health pandemic. But then there's also this very real mental health epidemic that's coming up. And I cannot help but to think that the two of them are somehow linked. Okay. And you got to think, you got people who've been pushed inside of their houses for over a year, for some people, some parts of the world who are still under quarantine. They're pushed inside of houses. They're socially cut off. They're not seeing family. They're not seeing friends. The only kind of correspondence and communication some people have is just over the internet. Like for some people, social media is all they got. Like it's legit all they got. So they spend the most time on it because it's all they got. But I feel like we gotta start doing something differently. So I would probably say for maybe like the last 8 to 10 years, I've gone through this battle with depression, anxiety, even to the point of having suicidal thoughts. And it was very tough for me, not really knowing where that came from, where it originated. All I knew was that I was chasing achievement, not really knowing who I was, not really having a sense of individuality, not really knowing anything about wholehearted living, and not really understanding vulnerability. So because of those things, I had a lot of pressure within that was trying to get out. And I didn't know how to let that out because I didn't know how to really express my feelings. A lot of times, in traditional church settings, when you tell people, hey, yo, you know what, I'm depressed. Then they'll look at you, they'll be like, well, you ain't praying enough, like it's bull crap. You ain't praying enough, or you don't have enough faith, or you need to fast, or some other bull crap people would say. And that really bothered me because it would make me feel as if maybe my relationship with God isn't true. It made me feel like I don't have faith. It made me feel like, well, maybe God does not want me, and maybe he's like rocking with somebody else right now. And I didn't really know how to deal with that. So I had to get to that place where I'm like, okay, how do I begin to deal with the issues that I have, which are very real to me? How do I begin to deal with those, and how I begin to deal with those accurately? So over maybe the last year or so, I have been really going through this whole mentality. Is something that I've created called the Outlast mentality. I'm writing a whole book on it, so you're going to be able to read it. I'm going to get it on Audible, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be my newest book, number 15 for me. I got 14 self-published books, y'all. Yeah, I'm doing the doggone thing. All right. That's all I got to say. I mean, this ain't about me, but I'm just saying we're doing it. But anyway, I'm talking about this outlast mentality, and I think that it is so important that we not only learn what it means to kind of get through something, but really learning what it means to outlast through something. We have people who are willing to give up during quarantine because they were so socially divided from other people. They didn't feel like there was any kind of connections with the people they were around. And because of that, they found themselves in deep, dark holes. And my prayer is that the outlast mentality becomes something that people begin to gravitate towards so they can begin to run with it. And you can begin to learn, okay, I know this is what I'm going through, but no matter if I'm going through this, I can come out of this. But really knowing, okay, how do I come out of this? How do I really make this work? And this is what I'm very excited about sharing with y'all. Now, before I even get into this, the way that I look at depression is very simple. It is, and I was just kind of talking about it, it's when, there's so much pressure that's kind of locked within that you don't know another way of being able to get it out. Now, how I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not any of those things. This is just what was going on. I can only speak for myself. And I had all of this pressure. I had all these things within, childhood trauma, things that I just refused to deal with. I was bullied as a child, going through all those different things and not really dealing with those things. I didn't know how to let that pressure out. I didn't know how to really come out of that. And that anytime pressure builds, if you get enough of it, then sooner or later, whatever is building inside will explode. Like when you put enough air inside of a balloon, if you put too much, it's going to explode. The same way, if a lot of pressure is going into a pipe, no matter how strong that pipe is, if it gets to a certain point, the pipe is going to explode, especially when it does not have a valve, it does not have a release on another side of it. So it's good that we have those sense of releases, and I've since learned how to get those releases. And so it's I'm gonna be talking about more, and I'm talking about the outlast mentality. So this is what I want to be able to talk to y'all about when it comes to outlasting. Is being able to endure, and not only just so much enduring, because enduring is all about being able to take in the pain and knowing that I can shoulder it and keep going forward. So there is a sense of endurance. I want you to be able to endure through it, but I want you to be able to persist through it. That means that even though things are coming at you, that you can still move forward. And I know that can sound very difficult. You're like, well, how can I persist through something? I feel like there's so much more coming at me than really what is in me right now. Like, how do I keep pushing forward? And I'm telling you, it is possible. I'm telling you can outlast. I'm telling you, you can make it through. And the reason why I mentioned the whole concept of the obesity and the overweight and all that kind of stuff in the beginning is because I think a lot of what helped me during some of my toughest times was going to work out. Like I needed to go work out. And I mean, I got to the point where many of you probably know I did a program called 75 Hard. I did it once last year. I did it again this year, starting January 1. Thankfully completed it. Yay. I completed it March 16th. So yeah, I don't even know how excited I am to be done with that March 16th, 2021, if you listen to it another year, but I finished it. So pretty much for 75 Hard program, like I had to work out twice a day. I had to do all these different things every single day. If I missed one day, I had to start back over again. So just to get through the program itself is a feat in and of itself. And you would assume that looking at it, it's more of a physical fitness program, when in actuality it's not. It's all about mental toughness. So I was looking at this whole outlast mentality as I'm writing my book, and I'm like, I want to be able to present to everybody who's rocking with me, present to y'all, something I'm looking to really to get people on board with, and it's called Outlast 30. Now, Outlast 30 is coupling the outlast mentality, which is all about vulnerability. It's all about individuality. It's all about endurance. It's all about persistence. It's all about all of those things. I'm looking to couple that with soul care and also community, and how those things really mesh together, which is unlike, any other program that I've kind of seen, or I'll say unlike any program that I've known of or that I have personally been involved in, but it's called Outlast 30. So here's the thing. It's a 30-day program purposed to push you to your limit, promote accountability, foster community, and encourage vulnerability. So this is about community. Typically, in programs that I've been in, it's not really about building community while you're doing it. It's about, okay, that's you're going to lose weight for you, and all those things are great. but I really want to push and help to foster community. I want to build people, put them together. If you're going to lose weight, I want you to be able to do it because you're bringing somebody else with you. You know, if you're losing 5 pounds, bring your sister, your brother, your mama, your daddy, bring your grandmama, bring your school teacher, and y'all come and y'all lose that weight together. Now, for 30 days, you have some mandatory actions. There's just some things you need to do, some things you're going to have to do. So here are the things. Number one, the beginning, you got to create community. You have to create community. It's all about finding that team of people who you're saying, I need to kick whatever butt is. I need to kick butt with this group. If we're going to lose weight, we're going to lose weight. If we're going to get healthier, we're going to get healthier. No matter what it is, I want you to create that community. So here's number one. You must find a partner or community to join you in the program. Like life, this isn't a solo activity. I don't want anybody to look at this program, look at Outlast 30 and say, this is just me doing this for me. One of the mandatory items in the very beginning is locating community. That means a friend. It can be anywhere from you and somebody else, maybe you and your spouse, you and your sister, you and your brother, you and your mama, you and your daddy. Could be your whole family. But I really don't want the group to grow up to more than 10 people. Now, if you got a family of 20 people and y'all want to all do it together, I mean, I'm only giving you recommendations. I just don't want the group to get so doggone big that it becomes unmanageable. I still want it to be small enough that you can begin to work together and that you can it's still manageable. So it can be, again, as small as 2 people, you and somebody else, or as big as my recommendation, 10 people. But you may work out alone, but you need community, which promotes accountability, encourages, and also encourages vulnerability. I like working out by myself. I've had trainers before, but trainers I don't do well with trainers. I'm sorry. I don't do good with trainers because I don't like anybody tell them what to do. I know I should probably get that looked at, get that checked out, but that's just how it is. It's how it's going to be. So I'm good with a trainer for like the first couple of months or like maybe a month. And then after that, I'm like, okay, stop telling me to do. I ain't doing no more squats. I'm done doing squats. I do the squats that I want to do and I want to do them. But nevertheless, you may be partnering with somebody who lives in New York, or who lives in California, and you may live in Guam. I don't know. And so you can't go to the gym together. That's completely fine. As long as you know this other person is working out and that you're fostering that sense of community and promoting that accountability. So that means every day for 30 days, you're checking in with them. Hey, did you work out today? You didn't. You need to go work out today, because that's important. Because again, you don't win. Like, I don't win unless we all win. And I want us to get into the habit of saying, okay, if I'm going to lose some weight, or if I'm going to get healthier, I want somebody else around me to get healthier. Maybe it's you and your spouse and you're saying, yo, like, we really need to get on this and we can start doing this together and promote that sense of intimacy into your relationship that you may say is lacking. So your partner can be any person or persons no more than 10. That's my recommendation. I don't want you to make the group so big that it becomes unmanageable. And the goal is to promote accountability and vulnerability. What I like to think is the smaller the group, the better. You don't want a ton of people, because again, you don't want a ton of people getting up there messing up the group vibe. And now y'all got, you don't want that. You don't want that. So number one, you got to create community. That's easy. That's just texting a couple of people and saying, hey, yo, I'm going to do this Outlast 30 thing. And they're like, well, how in the world, what do I do with that? You can, of course, let them know this is what they need to do. And also you can tell them where they can go and find Outlast 30. And I'll tell you that here at the end. But number 2, you got to work out. Working out is important. One of the things I loved about other programs that I've done, I love the 2 workouts a day. I'm going to tell you why. Because for me to work out once a day, that's a given. I know most of the people who I know, they work out once a day. The idea of doing 2 workouts a day is not only pushing the body, but it's also pushing the mind. Remember, it's all about mental toughness. So I like the concept of working out twice a day. To keep it synonymous with Outlast 30, you only have to work out 30 minutes twice a day. Here's the thing. Don't make it consecutive. Like, if you're going to wake up in the morning, go for a walk. Go for a walk in the morning. And then when you get home, like, when you get home, like, go for another walk at night. Or You know, some people out there, like you got the Peloton. I like to ride on my Peloton. Like get on the Peloton or get on a treadmill. You may got a treadmill at your house. Maybe you have an elliptical at your house, or maybe you like, I ain't got anything. Go and lift some books. I don't know. Like do something that's going to promote a sense of physical exercise. Now, you running around with the kids, you doing lawn activities, all that kind of stuff, that don't count. The regular stuff, cleaning the kitchen, that don't count. Doing laundry, that don't count. I carried this laundry basket from over there to over here for 30 minutes. That don't count. This is really about getting your mind into the habit of saying, no, we're going to work out, and we're going to work out at least twice a day. So you must work out twice a day. They can be either inside or outside. I'm going to tell you this, my recommendation. My recommendation is that you need to at least work out at least one time outside. Yo, this is your boy Cornelius Lindsay. And if you have not already, make sure you head over to the Stereo app. You may not know this, and if you don't, you've been missing out, because every Thursday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, we have the To Be Honest after party. If you already like the podcast, I want to make sure that you get on over to the after party, because the after party is where it don't stop. It's where we get honest. It's where we, usually I have my boy Jared Behringer, or Jared B, and the B stands for Behringer, we think. But anyway, I usually have my boy Jared B with us. I'm gonna have other guests that's gonna join me. But anyway, it's a To Be Honest after parties every Thursday, y'all, at 9:00 p.m. Y'all need to make sure that y'all get in where it fits in. This is your opportunity to come in live and be able to share your comments, be able to ask your questions. Because sometimes you're to the podcast, you're like, yo, that's mad dope. I wish I could comment on that. Yo, I want to be able to talk about that. Oh, yo, I wish I could ask this question. Well, now you can. This gives you a chance to be a part of the conversation. So come be a part of the conversation. Come and join us live. Join me live again. It's every Thursday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. Join me live, To Be Honest after party. Y'all get in where you fit in, baby. Y'all already know. Intro, deuces. Work out at least one time outside. I'm going to tell you why. It's bad that when you live in a society where we have to get supplements from things that God has already provided for us. Like, if we need vitamin D supplements, listen, I'm not a doctor or any of those things, but one thing I love is that God gives it to us straight from the sun. If we can get some vitamin D in our lives, we just need to get out in the sun. And we need to go outside. We need to start smelling the roses. We need to start looking at the birds. Some of my best times of meditation in the morning and my times of reflection have come from times when I'm out, I'm walking, and I'm observing the birds of the air. I'm observing, the foxes in the holes. I'm observing life around me. I'm observing, the leaves that are kind of falling from the trees. I'm observing the flowers that are blossoming around me. It's like, is that kind of thing that I want you to get. So while you working out outside is not mandatory, I'm saying this is something that I really recommend you do. But your workouts don't have to be done with your community. So I don't want you thinking like, oh man, we all got to work out together every day and link up our schedules. That's not what it is. I just want you to work out. You can work out alone, or I encourage you to work out with people. I think that's mad dope if you do it with people. The third thing is that you have to do a community reading. That means that whomever's in your community, you guys choose a book and you read it in 30 days. Or if y'all are really fast readers, or if you got small books and you need more books, and you pick one or two books or whatever it may be. But the goal is that you all read that book in 30 days. So you can just knock out the chapters and say, okay, we're going to do 10 pages a day. Or we're going to do 15 pages a day, and then that should get us through 30 days. No matter what it is. I mean, all books are different sizes. You may say, we're going to read 2 chapters a day. And 2 chapters a day means that if it's only 10 chapters of a book, then that's just 5 days. That means that y'all going to be knocking out some books throughout the plan. But I want to make sure you get that in, get that community reading in. So you choose a nonfiction book, and I want to make sure they are nonfiction. I want you to choose something that's going to be edifying to your soul. And yes, the Bible is included in this. So if you just want to read a chapter of the Bible today, you do you. But choose a nonfiction book to read together. The goal is to start and finish at the same time as your community. If you finish a book before the 30 days is up, then read another one. Number 4, you need an eating plan. Listen, people who are in your community, like my wife is vegan, and my wife is going to be in my community. The only thing is that I ain't gonna go vegan because I'm a vegan plus. If you don't know what that means I am strictly vegan plus I eat pork, beef, chicken, lamb, all of it. I eat all. I don't eat shellfish because I don't eat bugs that come from the sea. I think just a lobster ain't nothing but a big roach that y'all just found in the sea. And listen, I like butter too because that's all y'all be eating with the bugs of the sea. But that's a whole nother podcast. Anyway, the eating plan is all about finding a diet that works for you. When I've done several programs and I've chosen like paleo, I've done keto. You may choose raw. You may choose like raw vegan. Raw vegan is hard. I did raw vegan for 31 days. Yo, I lost so much weight. You wanna know why? Because I couldn't eat nothing. You ever ate, man? I wanted to warm up me a potato so bad. I was like, yo, I'm so sick and tired of eating. What was that mess? I was eating. Man, they made them spiral. Zucchini noodles. Man, I was so sick of them zucchini noodles. I just wanted something hot to just go on my tongue. Raw vegan was tough. But if you say I want to make it tough, go raw vegan, or just go vegan and just eat a bunch of French fries all day long. Because most of the vegans I know, they just French fry connoisseurs. They don't really eat vegetables. They just eat French fries. But that's a whole other thing. But get your eating plan together, and you can allow the team to set the boundaries. It'd be cool if y'all did the same plan together. So when y'all do go hang out, y'all all rocking at the same thing. So you go to a restaurant, y'all doing keto, you already know, like, bruh, you can't eat that, you can't drink that. And I would encourage you in your eating plan to go ahead and say, we're not doing alcohol. Because you don't realize that alcohol, like what it's doing to your gut and also what it's doing to your psyche. So, doing like no alcohol, saying no drugs, like you ain't smoking weed this week. And, I got to mention that because keep people doing it. I'm just saying, get in your community and we're going to promote healthier habits. So we ain't going to smoke. We ain't going to drink. We ain't popping pills. We ain't doing edibles. We ain't doing none of that. We're going to have a clear mind and a clear conscience for at least 30 days. I think that is good for you. Good for you. Number 5, a video diary. That means every day you're taking your phone, you can get in front of a camera, no matter what you want to do. And you're just getting on there and you're shooting a video and you're just saying, yo, this is day 1 and this is what I learned, or I didn't learn anything, or I hate this program, or I can't wait till we done, or I'm on day 15 and I can't wait this over with because I want to eat me some cookies. Whatever it is, I just want you to get a video diary because I want you to be able to document yourself for 2 reasons. Number 1, like one thing I've learned is doing these programs is that when I'm doing a program, and I'm able to go back and read like some of my words and see some of the things that I said, I'm beginning to hear my growth, but I'm also beginning to hear my excuses. And it makes me better because I'm like, you know better than that. But I want you to do a video diary and I want you to talk about how you felt that day, what you want to improve in your life, and what steps you want to take to push you to the next level. My recommendation, I encourage you to share it with your group. Now this is not you getting on the video diary and saying, I hope that y'all out there killing it. This ain't about you encouraging them. This is about you being honest and real and vulnerable with yourself. If you are so led to be able to share that in the group because you are cool enough with your community to do that. Share it with your group. And then get your team involved. Make sure you get your team involved with your progress. No matter how bad it may be, saying like, you know what, y'all, I almost quit today. But I think that would encourage somebody else in the group. Like when I was growing up, man, in church we used to have something called testimony time. They still got it in some churches. But testimony time was sometimes better than a sermon because in the testimony time, I was able to hear somebody give a testimony about like them almost quitting or something happened. And the person's giving the testimony. I was like, yo, I didn't think you ever went through problems. So the fact you giving a testimony is mad dope because I didn't know that you actually had problems. So anyway, that video diary is very important. Give that testimony and be able to share it with your community. The 6th thing is progress because you got to see where you at. You got to take a picture. That means you got to take that shirt off, take them shorts off, take them pants off. Let me see them thighs. Not me to see them thighs. Let you see them thighs. So I want you to be able to see in 30 days what can happen. Now, listen, you may not have a big jump in 30 days, But I do think that you being able to see a sense of progress, if you're following along with your diet plan, you're working out, you know, all these things, you should be able to see something in 30 days. All right. You should be able to see something, but I want you to have that progress. And again, it's recommended as you share this with your community, share it with your community and get it in with them. The last thing I think is a big thing is number 7, and it's called Better Tomorrow. When you're sitting down and you're getting your community together, that's what I want you to do. I want you to get with your community and ask, what is something that we could all do together that is going to add to our community, or maybe add to our family, or maybe add to generations to come? Like, it could be that you say, man, with my community, I want us to help the elderly neighbor down the street, you know, because I know that she uses a wheelchair and it's hard for her to come out of her house because she doesn't have a wheelchair ramp. And then you and your guys, or you and your gals, y'all go and y'all build this person a wheelchair ramp. It's something about coming together and saying, with all of our gifts and our talents, what can we do together? I'm not saying to go and buy something. I'm not saying to go start a business. I mean, you may do that. But I'm saying, what can we do together as a community that is going to leave a better mark for our world, you know, to come? I think that's important. But with all these things, the goal of this is to get you mentally tough while creating this sense of vulnerability and community. Because I want you to be able to outlast. And I want to be talking more about outlast mentality on my podcast. And I want to be very honest and in depth with y'all, like why this is so important to me. I want to be able to share this because, I want our first 030. I'm also calling this 030 Outlast 30. I want our first 030 to start April 1st, 2021. That's right, April 1st, 2021. Here's the thing. If you say, Cornelius, I feel like 30 days is too easy, do another 030. If you say that was too easy, do another 030. If you say that was too easy, do another 030. Just keep doing in 30-day increments. Just keep knocking it out. The reason why I want to make this 30 days is because anybody can do 30 days. Anybody can do 30 days. You can be 100 years old. You can still do 30 days. You can do 30 days. I mean, 30 days 30 days is not 50, it's not 75, it's not 90. It's 30 days. And you can knock this out. You can do this. So get your communities together, get your diet plan together, get your pictures together, get your phone ready for them video diaries, and let's get this thing going. I mean, honestly, y'all, I feel like a lot of us, we're failing because we're not working out, we're not developing mental toughness, and we're giving in to the pressures that are boxing us in. I just don't want us to do that anymore. I feel like we can be better. I feel like we can do better. I feel like we can go further. And I want us all to do that. Go further and go further faster. Listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all joining me. Make sure y'all get y'all groups together. If you want to know more about the Outlast 30 program, you can go to outlast30.com. Again, that is outlast30.com. Go ahead, sign up. You should get some information that should come directly to you that will tell you everything you need to know about this program. Again, it's outlast30.com. Make sure you get it in with us, we're going to start April 1. April 1 is when we're starting, y'all. All right. Y'all do not miss the To Be Honest After Party. It is live on Stereo app every Thursday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. Usually I have my boy Jared Behringer, Jared B, but the B stands for Behringer. At least we think it does. I have him with me on every Thursday at 9:00 p.m., but I'm going to have other guests going to join me. Again, it's the To Be Honest After Party, your opportunity to join with us live. That is right. That means if you're listening to the podcast, you're like, yo, I wish I can comment on that. Yo, I have questions. This gives you that opportunity to do so. We don't always have time. I don't have time to always go through everything that I want to go through on the podcast. So it gives me a chance with the after party to be able to get in with my diehard listeners and all of my community and my family. Y'all are fam. Y'all like the cousins I haven't met yet. We best friends in my head. Y'all just don't even know it yet. but now y'all do. But come on over with me, Stereo. Go to the Stereo app. Join me live. Send your comments. Get your questions. And here's the thing. I have an example that I want to show you right now. So make sure you get in where you fit in every Thursday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, yo. Join us, to be honest, after party. Intro, deuces. Here's the example.
Talk to your therapist about it. I love that. Go to the next one. These are good. I like this Stereo thing.
First of all, I just want to commend all four of y'all because I hear four people, and I'm saying to myself, I only see two heads. So I hear the women in the background. So for all four of y'all, I want to say congratulations to y'all, man, because y'all sound like y'all are God-fearing people. I hear a lot of Bible references, and I'm really appreciating that because that's gone these days. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what the first foundation that needs to be done is for real, man, is to have God in your life, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the part of your life that a lot of people are missing, and they don't understand it. It's the main ingredient. And anything that you do, you know what I'm saying, when they said two or more people are together, God's there. And that's the reason why those relationships tend to work out better because, you know, there's somebody there refereeing what's going on and being able to help you lead you down the right path.
Savings starts with Xfinity. Get a great price on Xfinity Internet. Plus, ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Restrictions apply.
Cox can help make your home smarter and your life easier. Now you can use your Contour voice remote to connect to your home life cameras so you can view them right on your TV screen using simple voice commands. That makes it easy to keep tabs on what's happening around your home right from your couch. Need to keep an eye on the kids when they're playing outside? Just say, "Show me my backyard camera" into your Cox voice remote and watch them while you're in the house. And if you're waiting for a delivery and want to make sure it's there on time, no problem. Just say, "Show me driveway camera" to check on it with your Home Life HD cameras on the TV screen while you go about your day. When you live in a home powered by Cox Internet, you can stay connected to what matters and let Cox take care of the rest. To learn more about all the benefits of your connected home, visit cox.com/thisishome today.